I laugh because I look over. Still dark out. Got my light on. I am searching up, going on YouTube, searching up cozy fireplace. Start my day. I tell you what, I know I've shown it before. Oh, I gotta flip it around. I'm just showing you my apartment. You don't care about my dark apartment. There you go. I've shown it before, but I don't know. Why wouldn't you have that raging on your TV? It's so hypnotic. Hear the crackling. I mean, you guys might not hear the crackling, but there's a very real sounding crackling of a fireplace. Flames are whipping up. You see little ashes falling off the logs. It's nice. I'm gonna leave you watching this as I go get myself a cup of coffee. Just finished brewing. Oh. It's gonna be good. It's the pumpkin spice. Coming back. Oh, that is pretty. Oh, let's turn it around, get it back on me again, which is always exciting. Good morning, Bob Ballard. How are you today? Good morning, Lako. Good morning, Jim Rat. You're sitting in a sauna currently. Huh. I don't know. Well, whatever you're doing. I wonder if a sauna is really good for you. You had a great workout. I know that's great for you. Sometimes I don't know. I think, but again, going through pain can make you stronger. And I have a viewer named Jim Rad who works out and gives me a little workout advice from time to time. Sitting in a sauna right now, and I joined the YMCA a couple months ago, and in the last week I've been in the sauna a couple times. You know, to me it just sort of seems like a torture chamber you're sitting in. But again, sometimes hardships make us stronger. You say it's very good for you. I'd like to know, because if it is, I'd probably sit in there all day. You know, I don't even have to do anything except sweat, and it's somehow good for my body. I could see why it's good for you, because I think our body has a lot of toxins or poisons and things that aren't healthy for us. And our digestive system gets the poisons out and we let them out in the bathroom. But just perspiring, we probably have, I don't know, I'm guessing when we sweat, we're releasing toxins as well. I don't know that to be true. But I would just think flushing our system, sweating out excess water and then replenishing it with new water is probably good for us. And again, never done any research on it, but that's just a hunch. Oh, but I maybe should. Worked out already, I think 4 times this week. Maybe I could do a country club workout today. Just go get a steam, sauna, whirlpool, cup of coffee. But anyway, good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Saturday morning. It is October 25th. It is 8:43 a.m. Happy Saturday. I mentioned that it's October 25th. I feel bad if I didn't, or remiss, or like I'm missing something or ignoring something obvious for me. October 25th was my sister's birthday. She died of breast cancer. What is it? Probably 5 months ago now. She was diagnosed about a year ago with stage 4 breast cancer, and the doctors didn't really give her much hope, so she tried some alternative medicine that didn't work out either. And she would be, I think she'd be 54 today. And I love her and I miss her, and I kind of still feel that she's here in some way. She and my brother and my mom are on my thoughts a lot. And yeah, it would be my sister Carolyn's birthday today. There's a lot of tough things about her. She was just a great person and a kind person, but she had 6 kids that are gonna have to grow up without a mom. And I don't know, I'm trying to do my best to be an uncle to them, but they're scattered about, and like life happens to all of us, we have all go through stuff. And to think about my nieces and nephews, not having a mom going forward is hard for this uncle. But anyway, this is a show I have done for quite some time. It is a show about me talking, sharing some feelings, sharing a little bit about the ups and downs we have in life, some of the challenges. Again, I was just talking about the sauna and about how going through stuff makes us stronger. Even the loss of my sister, I'm sure, has made me stronger somehow. Yeah. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, not to bring you down, but I lost my brother he took his life a few years ago, 3 years ago now, 3.5 years ago. And that has impacted me probably even more, because I decided I wanted to do things a lot differently than he did. We were similar in a lot of ways, but totally different in other ways. And we're both gifted and challenged at the same time. And he made a decision that he made and that he wanted. And but it impacted his kids and everyone around him in different ways. Did my brother have kids? Yeah, he did. He had 2 girls. He had 2 girls. And they're gonna have to grow up with out a dad. And what's really hard for me with that is he wasn't able to see him for like the previous few years, and had gotten into legal issues, fighting for his kids, and was hard on his mental health and hard on his well-being. I think a lot of guys go through it, and I'm dealing with my own issues as far as that goes. I don't think society looks well on a man after divorce generally. I think they say it takes a village, but the village tends to rally around the mom because she's often with the children. But because of that, the man, my brother in this case, becomes a bit of an outcast, and even to his own kids. And I just think him not being able to see his kids was so wrong. And it was so wrong. He didn't always do things right or handle things right, but that didn't mean his kids shouldn't have been with him and seen him and spent time with him, because he loved the crud out of them. And I'm telling you what, the scars those girls are gonna have, I think it's neat and clean for society to blame my brother's mental health, but I don't think that's a true telling of the story, if you will. I think the fact that he was painted as the villain for fighting for his kids was very wrong. And yeah, that still weighs on me. So anyway, for those that have been watching a while, you know it's not just a show about me talking and sharing some things. For those that have been watching a while, you know it's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me. I don't feel I'm done with the thoughts on my brother. I don't think he had faith in the world or in society or in a higher power or and I think without that, if you're going through the things he went through, it'd be easy to come to the conclusion, what's the point, what's the purpose? The thing I love most are my two daughters and I'm not allowed to see them. And I'm not saying that having a little faith or being a Christian or being whatever faith you are will necessarily get you through the hardest times. But it sure helps. And I wish he would have had some faith in himself, in the world, in God, to help him get through the darkest stuff he was going through. But anyway, as I was saying, for those that have been watching a while, it's not just a show about me talking. You know, it is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me, and I am so excited to have my first sip at this. If I could plan my show, if I scheduled my show, I think 6:30 would be a nice time to schedule my show every morning. So that's about when I went on live. So I'd say at this fairly normal hour, 6:52. And my hope is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you have a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. It's funny, I said what type of coffee it was, and I think I knew, but as I'm putting it towards my lips, I kind of had forgotten what it was. And I'll tell you what, that hot, pumpkin-y, fall, Thanksgiving-like flavor pouring through my mouth and down my esophagus felt really nice. It is the pumpkin spice, Glenn. It is the Starbucks pumpkin spice. It's kind of nice to go live from here, but it's a little harder to read the phone and read the comments. And I think engaging with my audience is pretty important for my show. And I don't know, it keeps it fresh. I got enough thoughts in my mind and stuff to talk about and issues that I could probably do this show without an audience. Some people think talking to yourself makes you crazy. I think it makes you smart as hell, and you're working through some things. Oh, Gym Rat, I had a great workout yesterday. And I did a video right outside of the gym. And it called it Friday Thoughts from the Gym, I think. I used to do that a fair bit. After I'd go work out, I would film and just share any good vibes, good whatever they call it, uh, of a guy that just had finished a good workout or a workout. And it was a beautiful day yesterday. I'm coming at you from Appleton, Wisconsin. It was a beautiful fall day, no real wind, really blue skies and cool temperatures, maybe upper 40s or low 50s. And honestly, I FaceTime my little ones. I got two little ones, a beautiful girl named Eve who are 3 and a little boy named Augie who's 4. And I FaceTimed them outside of the gym because it was their breakfast time-ish. And I saw the sky being so pretty and it felt so nice that I thought of going live and doing one of my shows out there. So, yeah. I'll slide this a little closer. Oh. If I could take only 3 items to a deserted island, what would I take? A lighter. I mean, a cell phone. Can I take a cell phone and will I have service? Let's go back in time 30 years and assume there are no cell phones. If I could take a cell phone, you know how frustrating it'd be to have a cell phone and like have it either no service or no charge, no juice? So to avoid that, I might not even take that. But let's go primitive a little bit, and this isn't super primitive. But if I had to take 3 items to a deserted island, I think a lighter would be very prudent because I think with fire we can do a whole lot of things. We could, I don't know, burn stuff to create smoke that maybe an airplane would see. We could heat ourselves, keep ourselves warm. We could cook food. We can boil water with it. I think without fire, we are in a lot of trouble. So I think I'd take a lighter just to make sure I could start a fire, because I don't want to be up there trying to rub sticks together and create heat. I don't know how to do that. I'd take either a knife or a hatchet or of some sort, so I could cut things, maybe cut wood, cut trees. I think a knife or maybe a hatchet. Maybe a hatchet would be more versatile, because you could probably use it as a hammer if you need it, or a weapon if you need it. And what else would I take? I don't know. I'll stop at 2 things right now. Oh, but it is Saturday morning, and part of me wants to go sit at the table. Part of me wants to go sit at the table. I think I'm gonna kind of crunched over and leaned over. I don't know, my show, I'd sometimes talk for about an hour. I don't want to be crunched over and leaned over for an hour with you guys here. Let's just pop this down. Let you watch the fireplace as I grab my stuff. Come over to the kitchen table. Here we go. It was nice starting there. Almost finished my night every night there. I got home from work yesterday and I did my reading of the Bible. As many of you know, I've been nibbling at the Bible 2 chapters a day. And I think I read chapter 17 and 18 from the book of Exodus yesterday. Let's see. Hello from India. How are you? I'm going to try some. We're going to throw it to subscriber only for a little bit. Just see what the vibe is. We have a great audience starting out of the bat. We got 36 people watching. We got 14 thumbs up. It just turned 7 o'clock on a Saturday morning. It's still dark outside. We're gonna go to daylight savings time or I don't know what we're going to. I don't know if it's called daylight savings time or maybe it is. We spring forward, but we move the clocks back in the fall, which means although it says it's 7 here in Appleton, Wisconsin, it'll be 6 o'clock whenever we do move those clocks back. Meaning, I think we get an extra hour of sleep. And none of this really overly matters anymore, but I sure remember as a kid when we moved the clocks, how we either had to go to bed early or could stay up late and sleep in or not. It might matter a little bit if you're on a more regularly scheduled job, but my job has some flexibility to it. And because of that, and generally doesn't start in the morning. So I can usually sleep in until I wake up. So it doesn't impact me a bunch. I mentioned a third job I'm gonna be taking on in the next week or so when I get everything squared away in terms of what I need to get squared away. It's gonna have more regular hours, if you will, more 9 to 5 type schedule. But some flexibility in it as well that I'm looking forward to. And I think it'll be neat for me to kind of mix up what I'm doing. I'll tell you what, I've had to learn a heck of a lot taking on 2 new jobs in the last 5 weeks that work differently, that do differently. The jobs are different. So it's a lot to take on, a lot to learn, and a lot to juggle. And adding a third one might be crazy, but I'm excited about the third one, so I'm looking forward to it. And I might be a little crazy. Boy, since we turned it to subscriber only, I don't think we've had any more comments. Where are you people? Bob Ballard, are you still there? Jim Rat? Is Julie Flanagan there? Did I break the machine? I mean, it might be nice just me talking to the phone. But if anybody's still there, I'd like to know about it. Good morning, Rebecca Tilley. Thank you for joining and commenting. I appreciate that. I was feeling a little lonely for a little bit. You are on John 13. Where did you start? A viewer that I do not know says he's on John 13 in the Bible. Did you start at Genesis and are you reading straight through? Or are you hopping around? And I'm not saying it's wrong to hop around, but I'm not even close to the book of John. I don't even know where I know it's in the New Testament. I wonder if you started at the beginning. Or did you hop around? I'll bet you most people don't start at the beginning. I'll bet few people have read it straight through. I mean, I wonder if it's necessary, if you're going to actually be a pastor in a church, I wonder if they've read it straight through. I mean, it's a big thing. It's a big book with little print and hard words and hard things to pronounce. I mean, I almost think if I wasn't reading it aloud, that I might just go loop. I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember Evelyn Wood speed reading dynamics. But I took one class, I had a free class, I think it was in the 70s. I went with my dad and my two brothers, and it was a way to kind of quickly scan what you're reading and pick out the big words or the important words, and you could really take in a lot of it in about half the time. But I think I might use that strategy and maybe not read a darn thing and just skip huge passages that talk about like the lineage and whose sons were whose and who's fathered who and who bore who, and there's a lot of that in there. Randy threw out a biblical verse, told somebody to stop looking at the speck in Ken's eye when you have an oak tree in yours. It is amazing how many people strive, and maybe it's just social media. But like strive to be mean. I don't know why you'd want to strive to be mean on social media. I think I do know why you'd want to strive to be mean. Because you're hurting and you want others to hurt. I mean, I could only imagine that's why somebody would strive to be mean. Randy, have you read the Bible straight through? I was curious about that. Rebecca said she has. Again, it's a big undertaking, and I think I get more from it reading 2 chapters a night, and I'm not saying I get it all, because I don't even close. I mean, there's people that spend their lifetime reading the Bible and studying the Bible. But I think a good first step is just reading the words. I'm often invited to various Bible studies. I had somebody watch a video. I did a video the other day where I interviewed and covered a No Kings rally here in Appleton, Wisconsin, and I posted it on Appleton Area Discussion. A lot of people found me there, and I had people reaching out saying, hey, we welcome to Appleton, we go to this church, we're very welcoming, we're currently studying this part of the Bible, we'd love to have you. But to me, I didn't want to study that part of the Bible. I wanted to keep reading it. I might be a stubborn fool. I probably am a stubborn fool, and I kind of want to do things my way. And my way doesn't always go along with the mainstream. It usually doesn't. Oh. Steve R. said, my theory is that attention is like a drug to some. They want that dopamine hit with the ability to say things that with a keyboard that they would never say in a person. Okay, Randy said, no, he hasn't read the Bible straight through. You want to, though. You started with the Old Testament, but then jumped to some books in the New Testament. My favorite is the Book of Jonah, though. It's pretty short and very sweet. All right. Yeah, no, I think it would be easy. And again, Randy, I'm being stubborn on this. I was at church. It was funny. I go to a Christian church and I told people I started reading the Bible. I'll go further. I think it's an innateness not to just be happy with what somebody else is doing. Because I was at church, I told people I was reading the Bible, and I don't know whether it was their intent or not, but just instead of being thrilled that I'd cracked open the Bible the night before, they were telling me how I should read the Bible and that I shouldn't start at the beginning and that I should jump over here and join them in a study and get a Bible mentor. And to some, that would be called constructive criticism. But I don't think it's constructive at all. I think it just crushes dreams and goals. You know, you tell me you just signed up for the gym, I'm gonna go, way to go, awesome job, hope you love it. I'm not gonna tell you your form's wrong, you need to do this, you need to focus on this, and you need to get 25 minutes of cardio. But that's what the world kind of does to you, no matter what you tell them you're doing. If you told them you were applying or you're gonna go to school to be a physicist, they'd tell you should go into chemistry, or I'm not joking. You tell somebody you want to be a family attorney, they'll tell you to go into corporate law, or you should be a doctor. It's strange, and I kind of sit back, and I used to get agitated by it, but I really don't anymore. Because I've been able to distance myself from the other people's thoughts, advice, opinions, constructive criticism. Steve R. said audiobooks help in consuming information. Yeah, whatever works for you. Again, I've talked about it before. I wonder about it. I feel if you're actually reading the words, you're probably stimulating your mind a little more. What do I know? I've never done any tests, but I know, like sometimes I'll drive around and I'll listen to an audiobook. It certainly seems easier and goes quicker. It's great for driving. Randy's talking about the Holy Spirit right now. And to me, I never really understood that at all, and I'm maybe starting to a little bit. Maybe I'm starting to. Brett just said, anyway, he is not going to debate stupid beliefs. Brett, I almost feel the reason you're here is to debate what you would call stupid beliefs. And the power of it isn't, the power of, I think, faith is faith itself. You know, to believe in something without proof or without evidence. Yeah. Again, I talked about it earlier about my brother, and he did not have faith or a belief that things were right or as they're supposed to or good despite what was in front of him. And he wasn't able to keep going. Hello, are you a fan of Manchester United? I mean, it's off topic, but I appreciate you joining. Fan of Manchester United. And oh, look how pretty that is. Hey, you want evidence that there's a God? Brett, that's evidence that there's a God. How beautiful is that? Thank you, God, for the beautiful sunrise. Thank you, God, for my beautiful apartment, my hot coffee, my ground beef I ate last night, my job I worked at yesterday, my beautiful kids, the opportunities that lay in front of me, my audience that tunes in every day and listens to me talk while drinking coffee. I am blessed. Randy's saying when he asked God to take away his desire to get high on weed, he did exactly that. Randy, congrats for you for doing that. And I think for what I'm saying, at that point, you truly wanted to stop smoking weed. And until you want to stop smoking weed or drinking alcohol or gambling, you're probably going to keep doing it because you want to. So congrats to you for that. Oh. So it's Saturday morning. What do I have on my schedule today? I could work out. I don't need to work out. I am going to work later today. I have a bunch of stuff I'm taking care of. Most of it needed taken care of during the work week, during the Monday through Friday, which kind of leaves my day pretty open. Well, way to go no matter what, Randy. I appreciate that, and that you ask God for the will to stop smoking. I talk a lot about smoking pot on this show, or stopping smoking, and about a lot of people think because it grows in the ground, it's good for you. I think it's all consuming. It was for me. Yeah, I think it probably destroys a lot of lives out there. Oh, that's good. That is good. Again, it's a beautiful sunrise. Almost should go this way so you can enjoy it. Yeah, we can go this way. Let's do it this way. What the heck? Now I get to see it. You get to see it. Kind of a straight on angle. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Maybe I don't even need to talk. It's so pretty. Just watch the colors change behind me. Can you see the candle? Yes, you can. Oh. Hello, Zenoia. How are you this morning? Thank you for joining Coffee with Ken. Kind of having a quiet show. I'm sitting here enjoying the beautiful sunrise, and gonna put my feet up in the chair across the way. I mentioned that it was my sister's birthday. This is a chair that was in her room, and again, she passed I think it was in March, it might have been in April of this year, and this was kind of the chair that was in her room along her bedside that people sat when they kind of wanted to spend what was their last minutes, hours, or days with her. It's kind of funny, it creaks a little bit, but reminds me of her. Hey, Brett, I mean, you said you weren't going to debate people about something, but that's all you're doing. You know, I don't mind a nice discussion, but it doesn't seem Brett wants to be nice. Somebody said it's sweet to keep the chair. The funny thing is, when I took this chair, I had no chair. I had moved into the apartment that week. I moved in very into an empty apartment with no stuff. I slept on a foam. I bought one of those mattress pads that you put over a mattress and makes the bed really comfy. But I didn't even have a mattress or a bed frame to put it on. I slept on the floor. I had nothing. I had no kitchen table, no futon, no tables over there, no TV, no lamp. It was barren. So as nice as it sounds that I have this chair, and it is, at the time I took it because I really needed a chair. Oh, my sunrise. I tell you what, it's fleeting. But it was real pretty. I have a lot of people talking about, I guess I talk about my couch and my futon a lot. It's a futon. And I couldn't be more pleased, and it was $220. Maybe we'll go this way now. Now that the sunrise changed. Brett says he needs a comfy sofa that he can fall asleep on. Well, I get that, Brett. Hold on, let's go this way. Changing the view a little bit. There we go. I get that. I struggle with it a little bit, though, because, I don't know, when you're watching TV and you get so comfy and all you want to do is drift off to sleep, it's hard moving to bed sometimes. But then you think, well, if I move to bed now, I won't have to do it in a couple hours when I wake up. Thank you, Rebecca. Back to the futon. I think if you're renting an apartment or renting a place, and when I moved here, I planned to get a little mini sectional, cushy, soft couch that you could sleep on or whatever. But when you're renting a place, to get a big couch almost doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, what's nice about this futon is it was only $220. So if I wanted to, I could throw it out when I moved. But also it would be very easy to move. It folds up small. Brett wants to know, when I have friends over, where do they sleep? Oh, I have plenty of spots for friends to sleep. I actually had 6. Well, first of all, the futon is a great place to sleep, Brett. It folds down into like a queen size bed. But I also have a huge queen sized air mattress, which is wonderful. And I would recommend, if I was coming to stay at my house as a guest, I would ask me, I'd say, Ken, can you blow up that air mattress? And I'd say, no problem. Because that is, after I moved from my mattress pad, I bought it's an Intex or something. It was a queen size air mattress that I slept on for maybe 2 months or so. And it was wonderful. I mean, honestly, I think I've done what I have done, I think would be a good guide for other people that are starting over or maybe going through divorce or whatever. Just because on a very limited budget, I put together a nice apartment piece by piece. And that futon was great because as soon as I bought that, the rest of the room kind of fell together. But for so long, I got this table from a buddy who gave it to me for free. But again, I could buy something similar at the Restore for probably 15 bucks. If anyone's starting over or renting an apartment or maybe has kids going to college or you want to help furnish a kid's home, look up the store Restore. Again, they sell donated furniture for the Habitat for Humanity, and you get some great stuff there. It's kind of fun too. But either way, yeah, if I was coming to my house, I'd sleep on an air mattress. I'd sleep on the futon. I've got 2 little twin mattresses that my little ones, I have 2 little beautiful kids, and when they come up, I have 2 little twin mattresses and these little pop-up tents that they sleep in. Somebody says, I'm struggling to let go of people in my life who belittle me and make me feel bad about myself. Any suggestions? It's like I'm a sucker for punishment. I'm also not religious and don't intend to be. Well, you got to start feeling better about yourself. Start feeling better about yourself. You need voices in your head that are good for you. If you don't want to be religious, don't be, but I don't say no necessarily. But pop on a YouTube video, listen to some positive affirmations, start feeling better about yourself. Start feeling that you're worth more and you shouldn't hang out with people that say bad things about you. I have the gift for interior design. I don't know, Rebecca. I mean, I was a realtor a long time. And I think a lot of people buy too much stuff. And I didn't want to buy too much stuff. I didn't know for sure how long I was going to live here. I'm new to the area. I wanted to buy stuff that if I had to, I could leave or donate back. And everything I have in my apartment, including the mattress, might be $1,000. No, well, I spent like $500 for various things for my little ones to come up and stay. But yeah, just the stuff for me, maybe I spent like $1,000 and I furnished my apartment. I have pots and pans and a coffee maker and plants. My rose bush over there is not looking very healthy. I'm a little worried about it. I even repotted it. All right, Randy's wants me to rate his breakfast that he'll make later. Fried mushrooms, sausage, and cheese omelet. Well, it sounds delicious, Randy, but I need to know more. What type of cheese? What type of cheese? Somebody said she's feeling lonely. I used to feel lonely a lot. When I started the show, I refer to a time where I was living in my dark apartment. I'd broken up with the woman of my dreams, I thought. And I'd gone through a lot of stuff, but I was still drinking alcohol and smoking weed every day. But I don't really feel lonely anymore. I mean, I miss my kids. I miss all 4 of my kids. But I think I'm a lot more at peace now. What's a skill I wish I could learn instantly? Maybe language, maybe being able to speak in other languages. I speak a little bit of Spanish. I've worked in a bunch of restaurants and have practice Spanish a fair amount. I wish I could speak other languages a little bit better. I think I'm pretty good at communicating. I think I have I'm fairly knowledgeable on business and money and what have you. And I think if I could speak Chinese or Russian or fluently, that would be a very big asset to a lot of companies. Randy, nice job on the American cheese. Many people don't consider American cheese really cheese, but Randy and I are in the know, and we know it melts very well and stays kind of liquefied in an omelet. So nice job. That's a good cheese for you. Oh, well, In No Way Affiliated wants the skill of flying. I mean, I don't know if that's something you can learn in No Way Affiliated. Yeah. I didn't think flying was an option when she asked if there was a skill I could learn. You mean like a bird or a pilot? I mean, you could say you want to be a pilot, but if like Superman type flight, I did not think that was on the table when I was asked what skill I could learn. I'd like to be able to teleport, go invisible, or superhuman strength. There's a lot of things I'd like. I don't know if being able to fly would really make me happy. I mean, it'd be kind of cool. It'd be kind of cool. But I don't think it'd be as cool as I used to think, or even like superhuman strength, or even being able to go invisible. You know, if you can turn invisible, it seems kind of fun, especially if you're playing hide and seek. But all those superpowers seem better if you're a kid. You know what I mean? Rebecca, I wish you could teleport up here. Daisy Folk wants to know, where am I from? I'm originally from the suburbs of Chicago, and I moved up to Wisconsin in February. We have a glorious audience today, and I want to thank you all for being here. You're single, but you're okay with that. You'd like to meet someone, but I'm okay if I don't. I don't have kids and can't conceive, which sometimes gets me down because I'd like to have the option to. Yeah. I'll tell you, everything you just said, Zenoia, is, although your story's different, it's so similar to all of our stories. Everybody here, I got 36 people watching. Everyone here is going through stuff, and yours is different than mine, and mine is different than Randy's or Brett's or whatever, but we're all going through stuff and all facing struggles inside. And although you said you don't want to lean on spirituality or religion or whatever you called it, and maybe the concept of that's overwhelming, but I'll tell you what, when you start having faith that what you're going through is for a reason, it feels really good. And again, about a year and a half ago, I was about to head off to Yellowstone to work as a waiter in Yellowstone. And one of the last church services I went to, where I was living in Naperville, said, when you have faith, you learn to walk in joy despite your circumstances. And I bring that up a lot, and it is very true. I was talking to somebody at work yesterday about some issues I'm going through, and she was saying how sad she feels for me. And I'm going, don't feel sad. And she goes, yeah, why are you so happy? And I go, I don't know, because I have faith things are happening for a reason, and that I'm not alone, and that I'm getting stronger through all this. And when you can change your mindset a little bit, and I'm not saying you're of a woe is me mindset, but for most of my life, I felt woe is me. And I don't really, sometimes I do, but I don't really anymore. And I'm like, bring it on. I can take it. I'm not alone. Rebecca said, without faith, we just fall apart. Again, I brought up my brother Steve earlier. He didn't have faith. And yeah. Oh. So, Saturday morning. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do for the next several hours. I mean, yes, I can go to the gym, but how huge and strong do I want to get? In no way affiliated, said, and this is a quote, this, for anybody trying to blame me for saying this, would you rather be too stupid to be sad or too intelligent to be truly happy? Well, that just seems hostile, in no way affiliated. Yeah. What do I mean when I say I'm not alone? I feel I have someone with me. I'm not even sure what the someone is. Again, I'm on a spiritual journey. You could say God, you could call it Jesus, you could call it the Holy Spirit, you could say the spirit of my mom, my sister, or my brother. But I feel I have somebody that I can lean on to help me through hard times. I'm gonna go get a little more coffee because we have a glorious audience today with 28 thumbs up, 36 people watching. I think if somebody said it sounds shallow, but fact fam, I'm betting it's not shallow. I'm betting it's the deepest pool you can ever be in. But to you, it's shallow. Because I'll bet you have something missing in your heart. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you said it's a legitimate question, but saying somebody is too stupid to be sad, I mean, it sounds kind of hostile. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get a little more coffee. Daisy Folk, you gotta rewrite that question. I don't know what that means. Oh, my rose bush. Do I keep loving on my sickly rose bush over here? I keep repotting it. It doesn't need repotted. Probably needs pruned. Maybe rose bushes just suck at this time. But it was so pretty last year, and I'm hoping to get it back. I could cast it away. It's just a plant. So anyway, We have a fairly glorious audience. We got 29 thumbs up. I bet we could get some more. Anybody out there watching hasn't double tapped your screen, please do. I go live every morning. I have a lot of fun doing this. I talk usually for about an hour or so and drink some coffee. And I don't know, my audience grows every day. When did I feel I could lean on God? You don't have to have, there is no perfect faith. I think somewhere along the line you start forgiving yourself and questioning yourself a little more. I talk a lot about a spiritual journey. I question God's existence from time to time. I question my own faith. I question the point of it all. But I don't think you need to wait till you have a perfect faith, you're never going to have a perfect faith. You're always going to have doubts and thoughts across your mind and issues you're struggling with and moments when you're not your best. And I think that's kind of the message of the Bible. If you believe, and again, I question this, but if you believe Christ died on the cross for your sins, it makes your questioning of faith or jealousy or anger or sadness okay. And you learn to forgive yourself the bad moments that you have, or the bad thoughts, or the temptations, or the bad things you do, and then you start living a better life. Once you accept the fact, and again, this sounds funny to say, but that you accept the fact that we've all sinned and sin is in us, but it's okay. Rebecca said she thinks faith is when we believe in something bigger than ourselves and our own thoughts and our own ideas. Randy is talking, mixing in Bible passages with recipes for his omelet. Oh. Maybe you should have a show, Randy. Breakfast with Randy. But anyway. Yeah, maybe. We're going to try something different. We're going to go back. We're going to let anyone hop on this conversation. How do we feel about this? We're going to play around. I think we learn a lot by testing things and trying things. And again, I think the whole forgiveness helps us do that. We don't worry if we do a live show and it sucks. We don't worry if we try and fly a kite and the kite doesn't take off or crashes or gets stuck in a tree. We get less results focused, if you will, which seems kind of crazy because some people will tell you to focus on the results. I think sometimes results are out of our hands and in God's hands, and all we can do is put our best foot forward and try our best and keep moving forward and keep pulling ourselves up. Did I receive my hat? No. No, I did not receive my hat. No. Randy said we can plant a seed, but God makes it grow. That's a nice way to put it, Randy. And again, you can go to the gym, you can apply for jobs, you can do everything, but at some point you also have to put things in God's hands, and rest and be okay with the effort you've done. But keep moving forward and keep trying to get better. Kind of pretty with my fireplace. See my majestic palm in the background? It's quite lovely. Do you guys know how much this lamp was? Am I familiar with human design? Not officially. I'm not familiar with human design. I think I've heard of it. I don't know what it means. Would you like to share what human design means with us, Daisy Folk? Good morning, Stevie K. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Who knows says, well, what is wrong with the hat company? I don't know. I think at some point, who knows? I'll just tell you, if we focus on what is wrong with the hat company, our days and our lives are gonna suck. And maybe kind of the flip side of what Randy just said, we can plant a seed, but we need God to make it grow. I've done what I can to get the hat. I've given the address, I've followed up, I've reached out to the company. And focusing on the fact that I still don't have the hat isn't gonna do me any good. So at some point, they need to send it to me, or God needs to have them send it to me. And my job is just to stop worrying about it. Hello, Javier, how are you? Did I say hi to Opal? Good morning, Opal. Hope you've been sleeping well the last couple days. You deserve it. You're a very kind and good human being. I'm drinking some pumpkin spice today for anybody wondering. We have more thumbs up than people watching. What a glorious audience. I didn't know that was physically possible. I guess that's why God gave us 2 thumbs. So I guess we should be really focusing on a 2-for-1 ratio to get 100% of viewers giving me thumbs up. Thank you, Kelly Maria. Thank you very much. I am blessed, Kelly Maria, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day as well. We're all blessed. We just don't all know it. I guess that sums up faith and spirituality right there. That, yeah, we're all blessed, but we just don't all know it. Let's see. Good morning, Fred Hinkle. How's the cornfields in southern Indiana today? Spirituality is real, but you must feel it inside you. Well, yeah, that's where it is, I guess. And the process is different. I don't know what you're talking about. They are harvesting the whole cornfields. Yes, my soul. It went too quickly. It went too quickly. Good morning, Rachel 420. How are you today? How are you today, Rachel 420? There we go. Good morning from Rhode Island. I don't get many people hopping on from Rhode Island. It's nice to have you here, though. Rachel 420, you're drinking coffee. Did you happen to watch my show the other day, Rachel? I think it was 2 days ago. I think it was Thursday. It got deleted. I assume it's not a coincidence you have the name the number 420 in your name. I did a great show talking about weed. I could have made a lot of good videos out of that. Is Rhode Island great for fishing? Yeah, Rebecca, although that live exists no more, it was removed by YouTube. Nick says I make the best videos. I don't know if you really mean it, Nick, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And again, most of my videos just come from shorts and reels and TikTok. Some of them are funny as heck. Some of them are quite touching, though. Stevie K, you can't say, yes, indeed, that Rhode Island has the best fishing, and then say, same with Maine and Massachusetts. Do you know what I mean? $56. What's my opinion on Gavin Newsom? Ryan 6, I don't know that you really live in California, do you? I thought you were on here saying hostile thing earlier. Yeah. Well, the audience is really picking up. Really picking up. Good morning, James and Johnny. How are you? I think it was James and Johnny that got me onto my show on Thursday talking about medical marijuana. Can't capture that moment back. It's gone forever. So yes. Is there anybody from Canada here? No. It's plus 6 degrees Celsius. Well, plus 6 degrees, and you do it 9/5, so that's 54/5, so we'll call that 11, plus 40 or 32. So it's 43 degrees Fahrenheit there, if I'm correct. And I probably am. I think it's 9/5 plus 32 to do the, I think it's probably 42 or 43 degrees Fahrenheit where you are, Rachel, up in Canada. Could be that here. I mean, it's almost November. That's not surprising. Sometimes we'll get snow on Halloween. No, I do not remember you, Dennis from Romania. I do not remember you. Should I get a little more coffee? We're starting to build up some steam. We are starting to build up some steam. We got 50 people watching. We got 36 thumbs up. I'm very progressive because I do allow Canadians. I try not to discriminate based on nationality on my show. Like Rebecca, she's from Australia. She tunes in most days. Kind of nice when I have the fire crackling behind me. I can just kind of sit. Good morning, Zach. How are you? How are you? I'm going to get a little more coffee. I don't want you guys to get too excited. I'm not going to talk all day. At some point, I have things I have to do. I probably got to get dressed. I don't have to get dressed. I really don't know what I have to do today other than get to work at some point. But other than that, it's kind of a free day. Oh! Really think I need to prune that rose bush back. It's not very pretty at all. I don't know anything about doing it, but again, it's just a little rose plant that most people would have thrown out. I decided to try and give it life. Good morning, Randa Young. The coffee is hot, and we're excited to have you. Mama M, I work later today. But I have several hours where I do not need to go into work. The roots did not look good when I replanted. I didn't feel they were either, 56. Why is that? They hadn't spread or flourished. I agree. I expected the roots to have spread throughout the dirt already, but they hadn't. And the whole point of repotting into a bigger plant, or excuse me, pot, is so the roots have room to grow, but it didn't seem like they did. Too much water? I don't think so. Could be, though. Mushu Pork stopped by last night and enjoyed my readings. Well, I appreciate that. Ooh, am I gonna pick up a Christmas tree, says Opal. My thought says no. I would love a Christmas tree. I mean, that would probably be a great spot for one. Although I probably have a lot of great spots for one, and the high ceilings would be awesome as well. But I probably am not going to get a Christmas tree, but it is early. It is early. Okay, 56 has too much water, because if I put too much water in there, 56, the roots wouldn't have any reason to go searching for more. Randall Young, I appreciate that, but I'm not going to do all that stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to do, Randall Young, this is just almost an experiment, if you will. It was a $13 little rose plant that I bought at the grocery store, and it was beautiful. And I could have just let it go, but I'm not going to dedicate my gardening to it. I might prune it. I might let it not water it for a little while, maybe. I might try some different things. Somebody earlier said I might suck at gardening. They weren't being very nice. But I think we learn by doing, and I'm learning by doing. No, I agree, Randall Young. I'm sort of, but you know what I mean? I appreciate the thoughts, but I'm not going to do, you were talking about acidic soil and cutting off this and doing this. You know, I love flowers too, but it's almost an experiment. Okay, 55 said they repotted 2 plants last week and one looked like that and had too much water. And that would explain it. Again, the roots were kind of all near the top and it came right out. Maybe rose plants don't grow big roots. Maybe the plant was meant to die. I don't know. Somebody said roses are hard. Could be. Yeah, no, I mean, again, I've got plants. I mean, that majestic palm is easy as heck, and it's doubled in size. My hibiscus looks great, and the monstera looks great. This wasn't an intended permanent plant, but I'm going to suggest to myself, let's prune it a little bit and not water it for a few days and let that those roots that are in there go searching for some water. You say a half a cup of water a week? That seems too little for them. Just because that's an active plant that seems to be doing a lot. And my hibiscus seems to need more water too. But I mean, I could try it. Stevie K says, prune the plant. Oh, the beauty of a rose is highlighted by their fleeting life. Yeah, again, I'm not stressed about it, but I'm just kind of having fun with it and might clip it back a little bit. I have one branch, again, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I have one branch, whoopsie, that's growing mutatedly high and none of it is filled or lush. Maybe it doesn't like being next to the garbage can, but I think it should be able to get okay with that. I don't know. I don't know, but we will try and prune it. We'll give it a little less water. We'll let it do a little of the work. Randall said the plant that gives him the most problem is your Australian ponytail palm. She's finicky. I don't know. I mean, again, we can throw out possibilities. Somebody said more sunlight. I mean, it's sitting next to a huge window. You know, I can't move my apartment to the west side of the building where it would get afternoon sunlight. All I can do is give it the light that I have. It's next to a huge window. And again, at this time of the year, the sunlight isn't particularly direct for long. Uh, Getting a lot of people hopping on. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Again, we have a glorious audience. Wouldn't it be fun if together we could work our way to 50 thumbs up? Wouldn't it be a great accomplishment? Maybe not. Maybe I should just go to a coffee shop this morning. Maybe I don't need to accomplish anything great this morning. Maybe I worked yesterday, I'm working today, I've worked the last 5 days. I've got a new job start. I don't know if it'll be starting next week, but it'll start in the next 2 weeks that I'm super excited about. Will mix up my career path, perhaps open up doors that I never would have imagined had been opened, give me a little more financial stability, and also make the world a better place all rolled into one package. Yeah. So maybe I don't need to go to the gym. Maybe I should just take a day off, get to my favorite coffee shop, maybe get comfy, cozy clothes, get a nice spot, edit some videos. "56 wants me to interview people on the streets." But I mean, usually to interview people on the streets, there needs to be something. Or a lot of times what happens is I'll be sitting outside, I'll be doing my show, and somebody will walk up and start talking to me. I've had a homeless guy, a guy that works, I've had a ton of people do it over time, and they come up and start talking to me, and I go, "Well, hello. I'm doing a live video right now. Are you comfortable talking on it?" And we'll just get chatting. And it ends up being a really good show or some great content. I might feel a little uncomfortable walking up to somebody that's just walking down the street and talking to them. Not in real life, but with holding a camera in my hand. Yeah, holding a camera in my hand. 56 says, "I used to do it all the time." But I'd only do it, again, I wasn't stalking out people to talk to. I would be sitting there on the street corner in Naperville, and people would come up and I'd say, "Hey, good morning, that's a nice dog you have." And they'd go, "Hey there." And then I'd start talking to them. But I mean, just walking down the street, carrying my phone, I might not want to do. Oh. Do we have any attorneys out there? Wonder if we have any attorneys out there watching today. Hey, we got a glorious audience. Johanna said that's something you would do if you started a YouTube channel. My advice to you, if you wanted to start a YouTube channel, Johanna, is do something you really like to do. And I don't know if talking to strangers and learning about them is what you really like to do. Ooh, I like Rachel 420's suggestion. Have a bubbly bath. What would you consider to be some good self-improvement activities? Great question, Zenoia. I got a million of them. It depends how bummed you are. If your voice right now is saying you suck, you're a loser, you're ugly, you're a failure, nobody likes you, I would recommend getting on YouTube, searching up positive affirmations, I don't know if you're a man or a woman, but listening to a woman's voice tell you that you matter, you have a beautiful smile, you're a gift to the world, that you make a difference, and go for a nice walk. And start your day with 10 minutes of that. I know for me, 5, 6 years ago, I was laying in bed and my voice was torturing me, the little voice inside my head, saying so many negative things. And I go, holy crap, I have to stop this. And I found a positive affirmation, went on a walk. It was a guy's voice, and he was telling me my smile lit up a room. I made a difference. I was a positive impact on the world. And a bunch of other positive stuff. And I started feeling better and started walking with some pride, a little spring in my step, and feeling good. And I kind of made a habit of that. I'd start there. Somebody said yoga, stretching, meditation does wonders. For somebody that's really struggling, I think those things are frightening, because to them that's just silence with the voice inside their head. And that seems scary, I think. You know, I know once you get to a certain level, you can learn to focus on your breath and focus on your body movement and what have you. But I know when you really are feeling bad, the last thing you want to do is be sitting quietly, because you're going to have that negative voice torturing you. Well, Zenobia, well, why don't you listen to me? Why don't you, when you get on, promise me that you'll listen to some positive affirmations and go for a little walk today. Or not even go for a walk. If you live in an apartment or a house, turn on some positive affirmations and have a voice telling you nice things about yourself. And I'm telling you, you're going to feel better. You can't not. Next time you drive, don't listen to music. Because when you listen to music, if you're like me, you're pushing the button and searching for the next song and thinking, wow, too many commercials, this song sucks, whatever. But if you have a voice telling you nice things about you, I tell you what, you can't help but feel a little better. You're going to go to the gym and have a swim. Well, I mean, that's obviously good. A workout's good. But again, I'll say this. I was a runner most of my life. I had a bad voice inside my head. I had anxiety and depression. And I used to run marathons. I ran cross country and track and walked onto my college team at the University of Illinois. But I think I did a lot of that to beat the voice inside my head out of me. And although it's a healthy way to do it, instead of like drinking alcohol or smoking weed, it's a healthy, positive outlet. I'm not totally sure you're actually dealing with the voice inside your head. And I would like you, if possible, if you want to listen to me, to turn those negative, that frown upside down and those negative voices upside down, and start feeling a little bit better about yourself. Rather than just working out. And again, going for a swim and going to the gym is great. But I think you could do it before that, and I'd like you to. And maybe be okay, accept the fact that you're mean to yourself, but just realize that it doesn't have to be that way. accept that you have a negative voice inside your head or a negative self-image or that you're cruel to yourself, and go, okay, well, I'm feeling this way. Accept it, but realize it doesn't have to stay this way. Because you shouldn't think you suck or you're ugly or you're a failure or a loser. That's not a good way to go through life. If you can't feel good about yourself, who else is going to? You know, who's going to see value in you if you don't? So yeah, I'd love you to do that. I think it helped me, I'm telling you. It helped me. Made me feel good, and all of a sudden I was smiling and bopping along the street going, yeah, my smile does light up a room. I do make a difference. And I'll tell you what, that's a great way to feel. But anyway, it's Saturday morning. Starting to feel a little bit hungry. Like to lose 10, maybe 15 pounds. But I also like to, I haven't really committed to it yet. But I'm feeling hungry. And I'm going to not satiate the hunger for a few hours today. And I'm going to not eat even fruit for another 4 hours. So I'm going to clock 4 hours of hunger today. And that's going to be, my body's going to be looking for energy and digging, digesting the 10 or 15 pounds of softness I have around my midsection. I think instinctually we want to go work it out and get in great shape, but I'll tell you what, I'm working my butt off at the gym and it feels good. But again, you can only plant a seed, but God has to make it grow. And keep that in mind today. So I'm going to have another sip of coffee. I want to thank you all for joining on this Saturday morning and being a part of my show and following along in my journey. I hope you have enjoyed your coffee. You had a great night's sleep. You had a great week. You're feeling good. You feel blessed because I promise you, you are blessed. And I promise you, Zenobia, you do make a difference in somebody's life. And realize that and start turning that voice around inside your head and feel a little bit better about what you're doing and the direction you're going. Because you do make a difference, and whether you realize it or not, you are blessed. So I want to thank you all for joining on this Saturday morning. I appreciate you hopping on, appreciate you following my journey, and hopefully you subscribe to the page and enjoy your day. And hope you're feeling good. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.